I do, Buckaroos. How the heck are I am Donna Beer Whisperer. Beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker, prevailing wisdom, and all-around guy. I shit you not. So I'm having a Happy Camper, Santa Fe Happy Camper IPA. It's only $3, $3.23 with tax. Here at the Brown Derby International Wine Center. That's a deal, man. The description, they describe it as a balanced, malty IPA with citric, spicy, and floral hop characteristics. They do have this a little cold right away, so the nose feels muted. But the longer I let it sit here, the more it's opening up. So I am getting a lot of spiciness on the nose. That's the first thing that comes through. Oh, that's very nice. Again, I mean, you can tell by the color of this kind of, well, actually, it looks lighter in the picture. Just right in front of me looks more like a deep amber. There it looks like a golden. I always get confused. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like the trendy IPAs of today. It feels more like an older school IPA, which I'm quite fine with, because I'm getting some of those resiny notes that you don't find in a lot of current IPAs, especially that New England styles where it's all about the fruit. This one feels a little more assertive, a little more aggressive. I think it's nice. I think it's fine IPA, especially at $3 a pint, man. $3, yeah, I'd do that all day long, man. It's nice, man. Man, it's my first beer of the day. Gosh, it's 100 degrees out there, man. I don't know if it's actually 100. I think it's 100 with the heat index. Man, it's just hot, steamy. It's freaking miserable. And then I think next week they're calling for some rain, and then it's going to get hot and miserable. That's the problem. Hey, we got some rain coming up. It'll cool down. Yeah, but then it heats right the frick back up. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. I can tell you, I like it. It is maltier than most of today. So I'm kind of surprised. Even a lot of long-time IPAs have kind of seemed like they've changed their recipes lately to bring the malt down. See? That's what happens when you do life. All about ambiance, man. I don't know what they just said, but maybe one of my friends can translate. I get a little sweet maltiness. Again, the more this warms up, the more I'm getting on the nose now. Early on, I was getting hints of that spicy that they talked about on the nose. I'm feeling some more floral notes now. Citrus is coming through in a light way. The first thing I notice on the nose is like some orange blossom-like notes. I guess I'd be more floral than citrus, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's a nice balanced IPA. You know, it's funny as IPAs like this kind of get overlooked these days and called average. You know, it's not an average beer just because you don't get it or it doesn't fit the profile you're looking for. And it's that kind of beer reviewing that just taps my... That's my catchphrase. Well, not a catchphrase, just a phrase I use. A lot of folks rant, and I just say what chaps my ass. Bothers me when these so-called beer reviewers call a beer average or even bad when it's simply because they don't get it. If the beer isn't flawed, it's not bad or average just because you don't understand it or it doesn't work for your taste buds. That kind of stuff just frosts my nuggets, man. My opinion. Is this a good beer? Yes. Would I recommend it to folks? Yeah, especially at $3 for. You can find some anybody within earshot of me wants a decent IPA for only $3 a pint. Come on in. It's freaking good. I guess I long for the days back when folks drank for substance rather than flash. I feel like craft beer has become more about flash than substance these days. It's about what's trendy rather than what's good. A beer has to taste a specific way or cost a certain amount of money, or you've got those trendy, you know, poser craft beer drinkers that want anything to do with it. Of course, it's the same guys that post PBR pictures at 3 o'clock in the morning, or or them chugging some malt liquor. But hey, I'm just an old guy. What do I know? Yeah, I know you youngsters hate hearing that. Well, that I've been drinking. I think that's the old guy at the bar. I'm tired of hearing I've been drinking for 30 years. Yeah, you know what? I get it. But I'm tired of hearing some youngsters pop off about how much they know about craft beer when they've been drinking beer less than 10 years. I mean, really? I've been doing this for 9 years. I know what I'm talking about. No, you really don't. It's that arrogance is exactly what's wrong with you. Been killing time, you see, and letting this warm up so I can give you more notes. So I kind of do my little rambling thing. There you go. Did my little chaps my ass segment. Only because I just thought of it at that moment. I'm unscripted, baby. Live. Unabashed, unafraid. So I'm still not pulling a whole lot of citrus, to be honest with you. I'm getting a hint of sweet malt. I'm feeling some spiciness, feeling a lot of floral notes. Just a slight hit, maybe. I just think it's just too cold. Might get a hint of orange. You might find some grapefruit. I'm actually just feeling just a slightest bit of lemon zest, more particular, or more precise is what I meant to say. By golly, it is enjoyable though. And I guess that's another one of my pet peeves is when people compare one beer to the other. Just drink the beer and enjoy it. How do you like it next to it? Well, it's a different kind of beer. Judge each beer. If you must judge a beer, judge it on its own merits. If you must take points off, know why you're taking them off. I hate when I see beer reviewers. It's a 70. Where did you take 30 points off? Well, yeah, and none of them can tell you. It's an 8 out of 10. I'll say it's an 8 out of 10. It's a B. Well, why isn't it an A? Where did it lose points for you? And none of them can tell you. It's that kind of stuff that just frosts my nuggets. See, I changed phrases there. It went from chaps my ass to frost my nuggets. But there's always a body part involved. The floral notes tonight. I still am feeling some orange blossom. Get a hint of that malt sweetness. Little spicy notes. There's a hint of citrus in there, but it's not big. Especially with today that everything has to be big citrus. Tastes just like fruit juice. Tastes just like orange juice. Tastes like grapefruit juice. This isn't that IPA, but you know what? It's nice. It's enjoyable. It's put together well. If the flavors of this beer aren't what you're looking for, it doesn't mean it's a B, C, or D beer. It doesn't mean it's an average beer. It means it's not what you're looking for. If you're not smart enough to be able to tell if a beer's flawed or not, you've got no business calling yourself a beer reviewer. And in my opinion, there are no flaws in this beer. Now, does it have the flavors you're looking for? Well, that's going to be up to you. That's why I refuse to give beers grades. That's why I don't call myself a beer reviewer. I'm just a guy having a beer in a conversation. But you got every so-and-so calling themselves a beer reviewer these days because they got a webcam and enough money to buy beer. Because that's all it takes, man. Anyways. I wonder if I can find a way to irritate anybody else before I'm done with this beer. Had this happen with other beers every once in a while. I get these notes. I'm kind of feeling it here. Almost feel like these Earl Grey tea-like notes in there in the malt body. But yeah, they got this served way too cold. I mean, it's Pilsner cold. You know, I mean, it's macro cold. They really need to turn it up a little bit. But I could have just let it sit for 10 minutes. But I thought I'd start on it. But even still, I mean, I've been talking for almost 10 minutes now, and this thing is still very cold. But yeah, Pilsner I want very cold, especially to start with. Wow, this is good. I had another IPA on the menu that I was going to order, They have it on one part of the. So I went and looked at the menu. Oh, I'm gonna get this. By the time I got up to where you order the beer, they had it scratched. Oh, so I was bummed. So I kind of walked around pounding for about 5 minutes because I didn't know what I had my heart set on that particular beer, man. That's one I hadn't had before. I wanted to try it. So, but I actually, to be honest with you, I hadn't focused in on the menu. I came back and looked at the menu because I didn't even notice this was on there. $3, I would have got it anyway at the time, but it worked out in the end. Got my head clear, came back and looked at it. Sometimes it takes a minute for the old bifocals to focus in. And these no-line bifocals. This still takes a minute for these old eyes. You know, the funny thing is up to about 40, my eyes were damn near perfect. I started having to have reading glasses about mid-30s. But I only need them for reading. In fact, I even had the eye doctor told me, he says, I've never ever said this to anybody else, but you're a perfect candidate for over-the-counter glasses because you don't need them for anything else but reading. But now my eyes have just gotten. I mean, it was like after 40, everything just kind of went downhill. Started putting on a shitload of weight. Everything just tanked, man. My eyes went to hell. Yes, now I have to have glasses, and they keep getting gradually worse. I've had this prescription for 2 years. I haven't been able to afford a new pair due to life circumstances. But I mean, I can even tell that I really need new glasses looking around because I can read. There's a sign here that says grab and go, but I can't read what's underneath it, and I kind of had to. I can't read it, man. But anyway, shit goes downhill. This is a nice place. If you happen to be visiting Springfield, Missouri, I recommend folks come to the Brown Derby Wine Center. It's not the only place in Springfield to get craft beer. There is Macadoodles as well that has a nice selection. There's a south side location. Now they have a north side location. There's two parts of town. You can find a Macadoodles. The nice thing about the wine center is, well, one is you can have wine or beer by the glass. But the other is that they have food. They have a deli here. That's not bad at all. And I was going to say they're not cheap, but they're good. But the truth is, no, they aren't cheap. But they're not any more than any other upscale deli. They're not any more than any casual dining restaurant. And the food really is better, and it's handmade. I mean, it really is. It's basic fare. It's soup, salads, and sandwiches, but the sandwiches are just amazingly good. The Reuben here, I think it runs about 10, but yeah, just about everybody's charging 10 for Reuben these days. And it's really better than getting it at any casual dining restaurant. So Macadoodles I like too because you can order the south side location anyway is the only one you can order beer by the glass. I think you can get wine by the glass too, and they've just added more taps. This has a nice, pleasant finish. Now that I'm really letting it sit a minute, the finish is very nice. You get. Actually, I'm feeling the citrus more right near the finish. You kind of get that bit of grapefruit. The hops kind of get you. You get that little bit of spiciness. You get the floral on the nose. You get the citrus near the end on the finish. Oh no, I think it's a damn fine beer. Would I buy it in 6-packs? I don't know. I have to look back there to see how much it is, man. But for $3 a pour, if you don't like this beer, I think there's something seriously freaking wrong with you. I think you're a slow coach. I think you're a mental major. I think you're dumber than a box of roses. Oh, mercy. I wasn't planning on running this video this long, but I thought I just would take it through the length of the beer. You know, I'm not chugging beers, man. I'm taking my time. Probably about 15 minutes or so when we finish. That's about the proper time to finish a beer like this. Oh, some might take 23. If I wasn't talking, I might, if I was sitting here just relaxing. Or actually, if I was talking with some friends, it might take me longer. I'm yapping at y'all. So yes, this beer served very cold. This was served very cold. It probably is going to be best between 45 to 50. I'm pretty sure it came out about 12. I'm kidding. It probably came out pretty close to 34. It was fucking cold, man. I mean, it was macro cold. but highly enjoyable. And you know, I have folks tell me I dwell too much on price. I personally don't think so, because price is part of craft beer. It's about value. You know, if I'm paying $10 a beer, that's not necessarily bad, but it wasn't worth it. It's that value. Some beers really live up to the hype, some don't. But here I've got a nice quality craft beer for only $3 for a pint pour, whereas you can go to many bars and a lot of places and pay that much for some macro swill. So there you go. I guess my point is you can drink good beer if you drink smart and pay attention to what you're drinking and where you're getting it from. So there you go. Hey, I am Don the Beer Whisperer. Beer evangelist. Prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, man. Oh, baby, that was good. All around good guy. I shit you not.